So, now that we've checked out that minigame, I think it's time that we see what else we can do with Fulbright here. Well, it's really interesting and all, but I gotta go. So he's gone. But if we visit his hometown, we can actually recruit him now. Oh, one more thing though, before we leave. I actually should have done this beforehand. Silly me. Apparently, even though I've beaten this game a million times, I haven't beaten it enough. Forgot to go down here. So, unless you're playing as Michael, you really should consider doing this as quickly as possible. So the TLDR for that is basically there's a legendary spear that you can see the groove in the back there, the empty placement for it. It was stolen, the shop master was slain, and Nora is rightfully pissed. So let's help her. Let's get that spear back. This red coral earring and the name Jackal. Alright, so Nora is actually a fantastic addition to a team. Look at that 23 and 24 dex and strength there. She is a great unit. The only issue is she's actually better if we leave her here. Because we'll come right back in a second. We're gonna go drop her off. This is a perfect tutorial on how to drop off party members as well, because we haven't had to do that yet. Uh-oh. You can just hit square and reset yourself if you ever... Oh no, not square, wait a minute. SNES controllers didn't have squares. You can just hit the button, and yeah, it's all good. So, when you're at a pub, you can talk to the bartender man, the pub owner. It's a little rude to call him a bartender. And you can leave party members, which we're not going to do because we're going to steal all of her shit first. Very important. Alright, not that important, but it's free stuff. Somebody on our team might actually be able to use that. Then again, maybe not. Voice crack. And the marshal's good. Okay. I think now's a great time to restock and stay at this inn too while we're at it. Inns are rightfully super cheap, so you never have to worry about running out of LP unless you're in a dungeon or a boss fight. because you can always, always, always just run away and come stay a night at the inn. I don't think we need any of this. So, let's head back to the blacksmith and then we're gonna leave town. She terrifies me. Here we go. I forgot I had to talk to him first. Okay, so he's going to be inventing the partisan, which basically means if we come back after a certain amount of encounters, he'll just give us a free weapon and then we can buy the weapon upstairs whenever we want. And he'll also have a new weapon to invent by the time we're done with that. She, on the other hand, we're gonna put her on armors. And she'll do the same thing, but for the headband. So, basically the point is you're going to routinely want to revisit this place, as well as keep an eye out for any of her wayward, lost, blacksmithies, I don't know. The other smiths that used to work here and ran away. There's actually one up here. Oh, and there's the bard again. Oh, hello. I think he's up here. Now, I don't personally know all of the locations of these guys. I know a few. I'm sure there's a guide you can find on the internet if you really care that much. The more people you have working, obviously, just the quicker you invent stuff. You do get a few really helpful items out of this. Overall, it's not necessary, I suppose, but it's still worth putting the small effort in just to unlock that scene and come revisit it every once in a while. I forgot where I was going. Back to the ship. I think it's Wilmington. Well, if it's not, I'll find an excuse. This is the sightseeing episode. Yeah, this looks like the one. Hey, buddy. Join. Alright. Sweet, so we have our new mage. Thomas, I'm so sorry, you just got back. We no longer require your services. He comes with the Twister, so he's a mace user, but technically, you know, he can be anything you want. He's one of those characters who actually starts with none, the none tech learning speed, so that basically just means he learns any weapon type at the same speed. He does start with 5 levels in axe/mace though, so there's that. And while he only starts in level 5 for Sun and Earth, he does have a few good spells already learned. He's got Crack, Earth Heal, and Star Fixer, as well as Sunshine and Stone Ballet. So that's great. Definitely an excellent early mage. We will be replacing him for a better mage later on, but he's not bad. Okay, so we are heading back to familiar territory, and that's because we are finally going to go and do that quest that I claimed earlier was going to be our first mission. It wasn't. But we're ready for it now. We've got... Oh, actually, yeah, hold on a minute. Let's go grab Ward real quick, because I think we're prepared for that mission. No, not the end, not the end. Look, I'm sure we're gonna be fine. Since for whatever reason I wanted Ward so bad for this run, I don't know why. We're just gonna pick him up real quick. So Thomas can be found back at his home, where Sarah can also be found. Okay, so you want to go to the Ice Lake and check out the evil fish monster there. And as you can tell, there's actually something new here. It's not just accept and decline. We can ask what's the pay, which doesn't really do much except add to your greed rating, which is this hidden counter that you're not allowed to know about. That Herod/Khalid actually starts with a higher counter than any of the other characters. And there are no positive benefits to clicking to that. I'm just gonna go out and tell you. Basically, the greed counter, once it's high enough, it will lock you out from certain quests. So we're going to try and avoid that entirely. Especially as Khalid. You really can't afford to raise the greed counter any amount of points if you want to do all the quests that the game has to offer. So, as I said before, Wood's a two-handed user, so he also will not be using a shield. At some point we can actually give Fulbright a shield, whenever we have time. Alright, yeah, everyone's pretty good. Oh yeah, so already, look at that, we've learned a few more formations here. Phoenix Dance. I don't think we had Power Raise before. And we had the others. Or did we have Tiger's Cave? That might be new too. So, how you get more formations is basically entirely around who you recruit. You don't have to keep them in your party. As long as you recruit them and then immediately get rid of them, you will unlock their formation. As to whichever character unlocks which formation, it is set. You're just gonna have to look that up online as well. Let's see. If I remember right, Power Raise is pretty good, or is that Tiger's Cave? One of these two is very valuable. I'm just gonna stick on Whirlwind for now. So this is a pretty solid team, and this is going to be our team for the foreseeable future. I think the next character we're going to grab is... yeah, it's going to be a little bit away. Quite a bit. Okay, let's go off to this ice lake. So it's a little maze-like in this area. But the enemies aren't too difficult, with the exception of the little boss fight. This is gonna be our first, like, proper boss fight, really. It's gonna be the first one that, the first one that we might have to use healing magic for, or items. I apologize for the mumbling of my voice. I'm a little intoxicated tonight. Although I doubt I actually had to spell it out. I'm sure it was pretty obvious. I'm gonna not spend any of his magic yet. I know we want to check it out and see all the cool new magic animations we've unlocked, but I might need all of it for the boss. My memory on the early game stuff is a little shaky. I haven't really done this in a while. I did replay this game in preparation for this guide, video guide, I don't know, a year back. So yeah, it's been quite a while. Excuse me? Oh. How's our levels doing? Let's take a look at that real quick. I don't think we've checked that out once. So Herod's up to level 10, which is nice. Ellen's at level 9 for her axe. Sarah's up to level 5. She takes a little longer. She isn't really doing the damage that the rest of the team's doing, but that's okay. She'll get there. Yeah, Fulbright hasn't moved. We just got him. And Ward is at level 7, so that's commendable. Guess we'll have to wait and see if they catch up to the other team members. Here's some more of that jumping. Okay, and here it is. So already, the thing that you have to worry about is that the water element is dominating the field here, which means any water magic will be doing more damage than usual, and any water healing magic will heal more than usual. So first things first, let's check out the sun damaging magic Star Fixer, which costs 5 magic points. So Freeze Wall is just like that fire shield that the guys in the Devil King Palace had. Gotta be careful of that. Luckily, ranged weapons like the bow or magic will not be affected. Tomahawk won't be affected because that's range as well. Smash, I think, will... yeah, so he's gonna take a lot of damage. Okay, 93, that's actually not bad. He's strong, he can take it. Yeah, let's stay on Starfixer. That seemed to do a lot of damage. But we're going to switch over to Shadow Cell, because hopefully we can stun him. No. Oof. Okay, so let's immediately get him back up. That will be Sarah's job since she is our second mage of the team. Oof. But unlike the Sheriff fight, we still have 3 unsleepy party members here. Okay, let's swap over to Earth Heal. And Sarah oh, I did not mean to do that. She's just gonna heal herself. Thank you, Sarah. You're very helpful. Very cool animation. Hopefully I'll be able to heal everybody before they're taken out. Ooh. Healing didn't really help you, did it, Sarah? Ward's doing great damage for his first battle with us. First big battle. Uh-oh. Gonna have to spend a salve to get her back up. Ooh. And some dangerous water magic, but thankfully our magic defense is pretty good. And it's done. There we go. We did better than I expected. I had it in my mind that this fight was a lot more difficult, so there we go. And now all we have to do is talk to him again after that quest, and there we go. So, with that out of the way, we can sleep. And then we'll do that quest that I keep hyping up. So, we have just undertaken a quest to transport some goods along this highway because it's ridden with thieves. And the thing about these thieves are that they are an absolute joke, which is why they are the best early game grinding targets. You can go here with pretty much any matter of team whatsoever, and they will be fine. Let's go with Stone Ballet, or Ballet, I guess. So basically they have like one attack. Well, they have two, Dart and Sweep Down, I think. Yeah, there's Sweep Down. And they're both pointless, they're useless. And they have a good amount of HP, but not like a scary amount. So it's excellent for just training up your weapon levels early on, learning new techs, mastering those techs. But there's a thing about these thieves that you have to be wary of, and that is if you put off doing this mission for too long, or if you fight too many enemies in the prologue, these thieves are actually not going to show up, and instead there will be normal monster encounters here. Which is bad, because we want thieves in order to unlock the end game of this questline. And to do that, you just have to defeat all of the thieves in these areas. Which will take a little while. Feel free to skip ahead, it's just going to be a lot of the same fight over and over again. It is not a uncommon occurrence to actually master the tech for dodging sweep down while fighting these opponents. Nearly every time I end up grinding here, I end up mastering that, which is pretty humorous. The same thing is true about my favorite grinding spot, which we will be taking advantage of as well. If there's one thing about the SaGa series, it's how often you need to grind. Because difficulty scaling is a thing. So much like, you can tell it was inspired by the kind of idea of the early D&D spells for magic, because the first spell that you get, your innate spell for each element, you don't have to pay for it, you just get it. That actually kind of levels up with you, not just in damage numbers, but in what it can do, what it's capable of, which is different for all of them. Like, well, I don't think Squall does anything. That was Thomas's rain move. I think that's just always a multi-target, which is nice. But specifically with the wind, I remember it works just like the magic missile from D&D, where the higher level you are in wind magic, the more you'll send out. Which is just a cool little thing to pay attention to. I don't know. I'm searching for things to talk about. So, at the time of recording, we've gotten a first look at Romantic Saga 3, the Switch port, and it's interesting. You can definitely tell it was made by the same studio as Romantic Saga 2's mobile remake. It's scaled a little strangely. All the character models are slightly smaller, and the animation for the monsters is always a little jarring. But overall, I'm really looking forward to it. Something I noticed, which I thought was pretty cool, is already just from that little bit they showed. Oh, did he just learn Sweep Down as well? Khalid learning from watching there. You can really tell from the video that they've released just a little bit about how they've modified the original text, not even the differences between the English translation and the English official localization, but the actual text itself from the Japanese version. So maybe they put in the extra effort to actually make the plot be a little more, you know, open to people who are new to the game. Which I'm terrible at. I skip the intro without showing it off. I basically skip through every bit of text. I'm not here for the story, I'm sorry. So hopefully where I've failed to kind of show off the backstory of this game, hopefully the localization will do that. Actually, we've got the tech points to spend. I'm gonna see if I can master Sweep Down. I don't know if Tomahawk is mastered, I hope so. Smash probably isn't mastered either. I don't know what that animation's trying to convey, but I like it. They had fun with making the animations for all the text in this game. You can tell that much. Hey! I think that might have been every encounter. Is there somebody in the trees down here? No. That might have been every encounter here. Looks like it. Okay. Then we are ready to go to the next screen.